Well, hello folks, the Old Texan here. Been a couple of days since I did my Independence Day talk. Waited so I could get a few comments back, and I got some very interesting ones. In particular, one shout out to a lovely lady who took the time to write a very nice, concise, cogent thing that, even if she did in tone that I might be somewhat of a liberal, a couple of people got a chuckle out of that. But the two things that I want to expand upon are the two that I was really trying to get across. One is personal responsibility / social responsibility, and the other is what I term the danger of the conservatives. Now, about the social responsibility, let me be very clear. There is no way that I am proposing or condoning vigilantism, anything but. We've got enough idiots dressing up like Hollywood ninjas and going out and cracking skulls because they think someone's opinion might be different than theirs, and that they can sway public opinion with violence and screaming like a bunch of 3-year-olds. No, social responsibility is merely teaching the people around you, and in particular the children. I mean, this is a very hard thing because I know it is not the status quo for today. It is not popular or accepted. But if we go back to times of long ago when we had Benjamin Spock and people wanting to buy the world a Coke in perfect harmony, right around that point in time, as a general rule, we started letting people do whatever they damn well please with no consequences whatsoever. And it has got us to the point today that people have no respect for anything around. I say people. Too large a portion of our society has no respect. The thing that I'm trying to push is that each of us, each individual, not the state, not the police, not the politicians, not anybody else, but you, have the responsibility of setting the standards of what is acceptable in your life, your community, your state, your country. If you can't find any other place to start, whether you're a Christian or not, look at the 10 Commandments. I mean, it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You know, don't kill, don't steal, don't lie. Don't go all wonky over your neighbor having something you don't. Also, with that, going from the Christian angle, there were consequences of not following those general rules. Those general rules are just set up so that we can live together. Each of us must accept that responsibility if we want to be part of a society. It's not that hard. We've spent now, going back to Benjamin Spock, roughly, 60 years letting everybody around us be their own entity. And look what it's got us. We're at the point pretty much worldwide where there's riots in the streets. You can't trust your neighbor. If you have a certain skin color, you're a target for another skin color. If you have a certain religion, you're a target for another religion. And it's because we haven't said no. It's a very simple word. It goes across a lot of languages. We have to have the cojones to say no to people. If somebody came in and took a dump in the middle of your living room carpet, would you tell them no? Your choice. Now, about the dangerous conservatives, that probably got more feedback than anything else. Everybody said, no, it's the liberals that are out there rioting and burning and looting. And think about this. And conservative is not the same general thing that goes across what we consider party lines. It can be an R, a D, or an I behind their name as a politician. But these are the people that have brought you such wonderful, wonderful, upstanding drivers of freedom as the Patriot Act, qualified immunity, no-knock warrants, a state that is allowed to lie to you with impunity. And yet, if you make an accidental wrong statement, it's a felony and you can go to jail. For example, if Officer Friendly shows up and says, I have 17 witnesses, video, and DNA that proves you committed this crime, when the only thing he's really got was somebody that had the same hair color. And he can drive that to the point of, okay, well, if you make a deal, we'll let you off for 5 years. I mean, Jesus Christ, people, how far out in left field do you have to be to accept that? And this whole time, this was all done by the group that has convinced you that they are the anti-socialism saviors of humanity. That is just a mask, and all it is a group of people trying to increase their own power. We have allowed the state to take on responsibilities that no state should ever have. And look what it's got us. We have prosecutors who have decided that they won't prosecute crimes. If you steal something less than X number of dollars around here, I think it's $750, won't even bother with you. You're a thief, you just stole from somebody, no problem. You burn a building, you riot in the streets, no problem. We're not going to prosecute that. That is only one of the hundreds of things that we have allowed the state to do. And as long as we allow the state to do it, they will keep increasing their power. That's what states do. Governments over time will do everything that they can to maintain their job, and their job requires that they have the power to keep that job. I'm going to leave it at that. This one's very short, very sweet. Again, open for comments. These are my opinions only. They're based upon what I have seen, what I've lived through, and what, and what I believe. If yours are different, your mileage might vary. Anyway, Old Texan out. Y'all have a good one.